Why did Christ show up in only 2,000 years ago? And what makes Christianity special over all these other religions?
I do not know.
Good answer.
But I would say it makes a lot of sense when it comes to trade routes and literacy. So there was an explosion of both of those right when Jesus showed up. So that gave the gospel an opportunity to spread like any other time in world history. Secondly, why Christianity? I think it all hinges on whether the resurrection occurred or not as a historical event. See, if the resurrection didn't occur and it's falsifiable, we could falsify it. And if somehow you brought enough evidence to the table to say the resurrection did not occur, then to be an honest believer, we'd have to say, along with Paul, we are to be those who are pitied most. It's embarrassing. But we have so much evidence for the resurrection. There's so much more evidence coming out about it that's where I land on why is Christianity special? Because Jesus Christ was a historical figure. He made incredible claims. He taught unlike anybody else had ever taught. So much so in John chapter 7, you have religious leaders and Roman authorities going and basically falling down, saying this man teaches with such authority, it's nonsensical almost. Because he's teaching in such a way where it's not just taking off of what the rabbis said and carrying it along with just the golden rule. No, it was so creative and so powerful that even one of the top professors at Harvard, Robert Coles, said that all other writings on ethics are simply footnotes to the Sermon on the Mount. And so whether it's the Sermon on the Mount, whether it's him preaching in John chapter 7 in such a way where people are falling down in such surprise over the power and creativity and beauty of his words, his claims to be God, he made 7 claims to be God in the Gospel of John alone. He always accepted worship. He claimed to forgive sins. I mean, it couldn't be clearer that he claimed to be God. And then finally, that he actually died on that cross. 99% of scholars across the country believe he died on a cross and then rose from the dead. What is the evidence for it? One, that women were to the tomb. Their eyewitness testimony never would have stood up in a court of law. So even Josephus and secular scholars at the time said, that's ridiculous. Why would that happen? Well, if you're making up a story, you would not have had women to be the first eyewitnesses to the tomb at the time.